Gaseous exchange in living organisms. Now, gaseous exchange is a biological process through which different gases are transferred in opposite directions across a specialized respiratory surface. So there's a respiratory surface, also known as gaseous exchange surface. So during gaseous exchange, gases will move either into or out of a cell, a tissue, an organ, or an organism across a respiratory surface. Now, living organisms constantly require gases for certain metabolic reactions, and they do also produce gases either as products, byproducts, or waste products from these metabolic reactions. For example, in plants, in the presence of light, plants require carbon dioxide for photosynthesis, and at the same time they release oxygen from the process of photosynthesis. So carbon dioxide must be taken into the plant body and oxygen be removed. In animals, the gaseous exchange requirement is such that animals require oxygen for respiration, which produces carbon dioxide as a waste product. So animals constantly take in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. In both cases, whether it is in animals or plants, gaseous exchange takes place by diffusion across the respiratory surface. So oxygen will diffuse into the body of an organism and carbon dioxide will diffuse out. Now, these gaseous exchange surfaces, whether it is in plants or animals, have certain characteristic features that facilitate the process of movement or transfer of gases. These features include the moist surface. Whether it is a cells or whether it is a membrane, the surface is moist. Now, this moist surface enables the gases to dissolve before diffusing into or out of the organism. So the moist surface facilitates the process of diffusion. Secondly, these respiratory surfaces will have thin membrane if they are individual cells, or a thin wall if it is a tissue or an organ, such that the distances that the gases must cross during diffusion is reduced. So the thin membrane or wall makes the process of diffusion efficient by reducing the distance traveled by the diffusing gases. And the third feature that a respiratory surface will have is large surface area. These structures that function as respiratory surfaces have large surface area for gaseous exchange. And the larger the surface area, the faster the rate of diffusion that will take place, and hence the faster the rate of gaseous exchange.